Hey guys, so this is an animation checklist. I created this a while ago working at another company. We leverage Navisworks pretty heavily, so that's what this animation checklist is oriented towards, is using the animation tool within Navisworks. And this checklist is just to make sure that you can prepare for when you need to, schedule time and whatnot to create these animations, because they can be time consuming depending on what the output the project team is looking for, or the client or whatever. So this is one list to kind of outline those, but I also, after this one, there's also an animation starters document that I created, and that outlines some of the basics of creating an animation, like what FPS generally is needed. There's any anti-aliasing or whatnot in there. If just some of the visual standards, things like that. So we'll take a look at that in the next video. But in this animation checklist, this will allow you to be a little bit more prepared when you have to create your animations, and at least allow you to think about the questions that you can ask beforehand, so that you can be more prepared. So here we have the first input, which is budget. So how, essentially how much time is expected to kind of put into this, because you can consume quite a bit in creating animations. If you're a BIM specific person, how many hours are you allocated to the project, and are you going to spend a substantial amount of time creating these animations? And throughout the rest of this checklist, you can try to determine how much time you would kind of expect to do the animation itself, but that also comes with experience as well. So some expected turnover dates, that's kind of answered also over here in reoccurring phases if you're doing animations in schematic design, detailed, and construction. We also have an option for what type of format. So you can either do just a native Navisworks animation, so it can be played through Navisworks, which I've seen people do. So you kind of outline an animation and then you just play that through, and that's easy enough. Or are you dumping it out as an MP4 format, and then so that you can share it with clients and whatnot? Is it going to be recurring? Are you going to be doing it at different phases? If so, go through here and check these. Expected duration. It's, that's always important to kind of identify. I found that it's important to outline effectively on, the building what areas that you want to go, so that you're not wasting time going in every single room, because you can really extend the time and it makes the video overwhelming and kind of a bit annoying to have to watch after a while. So definitely try to identify those. And that's kind of what this is. So when we identify starting point, specify on a plan, and then ending point. So that way we can kind of think about what rooms that we really do need. So we're not going in and out of every single space. So looping video. So that option is pretty much means that your starting point is also your ending point, so that if they do have it on a loop, then it plays pretty well, and it will go through its motions and then come back to that starting point, and then start back over again. And it's a nice way to keep playing the video over and over again without hitting the end point and then going all the way back to a start point. It just makes it a little bit smoother. So what spaces of the building need to be, so specify on plan. Note if there's off limit areas. So what spaces do you need to see, and then if there's spaces that are confidential and they don't want to share, or with a specific client or whatever, or if it's a project team, there's specific areas we don't want to show just yet, then identify those, and here you can list that out. Attached with this also is like a plan view of the building, and then you can kind of identify those areas as well. Is there a specific path? And that kind of comes back to the starting and end point, and then what spaces. If so, then we can identify that path pretty easy. So if you want area descriptions, if so, do you want room descriptions in center screen, left top corner? So those are some options. That's going to be post. So you're going to do that after your animation. Generally in Navisworks, you'll dump it into an Adobe product, and you can do some touch up, like adding some descriptions and stuff. So, this all depends on what tools you have. Camtasia as well, if you're using that. So, if you identify you want to show rooms, then kind of where you're going to want that information. If you're looking at equipment, are we labeling the equipment, stuff like that. And that all, this all equates to how much time that this ultimate animation is going to be, and then what, the duration of time spent actually creating it as well. Are you going to use Google Earth? Because there's a way we can use Google Earth, look at the site, zoom into the site, and then transition into a Navis model that way. So that's a neat way. So is that an option? 360 rotating around the building, 180. So there's some options with that, with sectioning and stuff like that. Are we sectioning it? Are we showing different floor plans, area labels, transitioning? So if we need to travel from one place to another pretty dramatically, then we can do fade in, fade out, or sectioning. Are we going to tie a key plan in there? In Navisworks, the key plan is pretty difficult to do. I mean, it's not that it's difficult, but it does consume a lot more time because you have to create that externally from Navisworks. Are we going to add a watermark? If so, the default one, or if there's a client-specific one. Some other options for that as well. Appearance profiler. So are you using that on there or not? Some options, the default appearance profiler. That's dependent if you are using an AP within Navisworks. If you're not, this obviously doesn't pertain to you, but if you are, you can identify, and that's kind of nice because you can the end result is always the same if you use an appearance profiler. What things are going to be. So ceilings are going to be a specific transparency, or HVAC systems are going to be specific colors, stuff like that. That's pretty much what the AP is for. Audio. So is there going to be music, voiceover, link narrative, internal sound system, third-party recorder? I've seen this done, and it can be really nice if you set it up and do everything really smooth and really spend the time making it look good. Then when you do voiceover, it really ties it all together. So it really depends on how much you want to invest into doing it. But essentially that's it. And if based off of this, you have an outline of what to expect. You have an outline of how much time you expect to kind of put into this. You could schedule it a little bit easier knowing this information. You could facilitate this information to the right people a lot easier, or get other people involved with the animation as well by sharing this after you fill it out initially with the project team. So hopefully this helps you out. Do let me know if you have any questions, or if you want to add anything to this. I'm always working on it and adding different things and getting new input and whatnot. But yeah, I'd love to see if you get any value out of this or not. So Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.